This podcast is produced by Outcomes Rocket, your healthcare exclusive digital marketing agency. Outcomes Rocket exists to help healthcare organizations like yours to maximize their impact and accelerate growth. Visit outcomesrocket.com or text us at 312-224-9945.
Hey everyone, Saul Marquez with the Outcomes Rocket. So glad you tuned in to our HFMA series here in Denver, Colorado. I'm pumped because I am with the outstanding Sam Schwager. He is the co-founder and CEO of SuperDial. Sam, I'm so thrilled that you were able to carve out a little time to join us.
Really appreciate it, Saul. It's great to be here. We at SuperDial are super excited right now about the adoption of voice AI in this industry. We started ourselves as an RCM company, much smaller than the vendors in attendance here, of course, focused on specialty practices. But we have seen, such a skyrocketing adoption of this technology, especially around phone call automation, which is our focus area, over the past year and a half. And we're seeing all of that, kind of come to head at this conference where folks are really looking to deploy and adopt this technology at scale in earnest.
Yeah, well, listen, I think it's great. And having had your roots in the RCM space, I think that really positioned you guys in a strong way to deal with dialing and call automation within the space. But, let's take a step back before we take a step into what you guys do. And for the folks that can't be here, one of the reasons we like doing this is because it helps them get the insights off the street. And so if you had to call out one insight that you've gotten, whether it's been somebody visiting here at your awesome booth or at one of the fireside chats, what's one insight you could share with folks that you feel like they need to know?
Certainly. Yeah, I think that we've seen a lot of companies over the past year or two with AI capabilities that ultimately result in very long proof of concept trial processes. So the focus on time to value has been very top of mind for people I've been speaking to at this conference. At SuperDial, we use a human in the loop approach to ensure that our solution is at parity with whatever the customer is already doing. And we simply get better over time as we place more of their calls and generate data from our human backup team that is handling calls that our AI system isn't able to complete. So we see success rates go up over time, but we're still able to get the job done from day one. So I think finding solutions like ours and like many other solutions here that can deliver value very quickly is essential. For example, we're next to the Codemetrics booth. They're actually a portfolio made of ours. We're invested by Signalfire. They just led our Series A. They're also longtime investors in Codemetrics. But something that Hamid and that team have really proven is an ability to demonstrate value very, very quickly to their customers, which we think is very important and which is something that we strive to do as well at SuperDial.
Yeah, very familiar with Hamid and the team over there. We actually did an interview with him last year.
Oh, nice.
Part of the series. So yeah, that speed to value is huge, especially in the CFO and the financial space. If you can't show value quickly, then why are you here?
Yeah.
I love that. And so let's dig into the solution and sort of let's get into it. Let's put our hiking boots on and take us on what it typically looks like when SuperDial comes in, and what are you helping with? What's the biggest thing you guys usually help customers overcome?
Certainly. So at SuperDial, we're focused on applying voice AI to automate phone calls for revenue cycle management companies and billing teams for very, classic RCM use cases, such as benefits verification, prior authorization, claim status, denial follow-ups, because these phone calls are a massive bottleneck and a ton of the team's time and productivity. They're also, as a matter of fact, not very inspiring to the team. I think team members would much rather be focused on higher ROI, higher complexity tasks, such as resolving complex denials, submitting appeals, things that take a lot more energy and expertise. And we also see a large RCM staffing shortage, of course, especially ever since the pandemic. So the ability for our AI solution to come in and knock out some of the more tedious work so that the rest of the billing team's energy can go to the harder, higher ROI activities is very exciting. But again, as a former RCM company, we're laser focused on facilitating the billing process by automating these, very repetitive and high volume transactions that just slow things down.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I appreciate that, Sam. Great insights. What happens when an AI needs to talk to an AI? When you call a payer and you got two AIs talking to each other, how does that work?
Well, this isn't something that we're seeing happen yet. I mean, you see the phone tree, right? The IVR tree system is, I wouldn't call it an AI, but it is an automated system. And when our AI agents make phone calls to payers, they are first engaging with the IVR system to navigate the tree, then waiting on hold, then having a full conversation with a human rep, right? I think we will increasingly see payers adopting AI on their end. And in fact, this is something that we at SuperDial are very interested in facilitating. We're actually in a paid trial right now with a payer, a very large payer organization. Hopefully we'll be able to announce something around that quite soon, hopefully this year. But we are very interested in getting on both sides of these transactions and allowing for AI to AI exchanges, which of course won't be voice-based. For humans, maybe it's faster to talk. For AI, it's faster to text, and realistically, it will be a RESTful API interface or an HTTP-based transaction between the agents in the steady state. But yeah, very excited for the efficiency that will bring.
Interesting. So because it's happening and it will increasingly happen more often, what you're saying is it's easier and more efficient for these cross AI exchanges to be done via text.
Yes, certainly. Again, SMS would probably not be the right solution. Probably, again, HTTP would be better. Just the agents could have endpoints and interfaces that they support. But even better if it's the same company on both sides of the transaction. So if it's SuperDial talking to SuperDial, there's even greater efficiency and cost savings for both the payer organizations and the providers or RCM companies calling in.
So basically, we're going from have my people call your people to let's have my AI call your AI.
Exactly. Yes. And we do see the industry trending that direction. I mean, look, as we all know, 25% of healthcare spend goes to administrative activities that result in around $1.2 trillion of spend currently.
Unacceptable.
It's extremely inefficient, right? So, the idea that 25 cents on the dollar for a surgery you're getting are going to paying for things like billing and, other administrative work. It seems like we can do better if we can bring efficiency through AI to this system. And I think a lot of that will come from AI agents interacting with one another where we previously needed people to interact with one another, especially in these higher volume, more repetitive settings. But again, I do think we're going to see the AI working alongside of human teams. We're seeing, again, massive staffing shortages in RCM. So really what we need is AI that can increase the productivity of these billing teams. As we've seen with many of our customers, we've seen up to 4x productivity on claims teams or within claims teams, for example. So think an agent or a biller on a team that is focused on working through a backlog of claims is able to get through 4 times as many claims per day because they're not having to make phone calls to payers about status or following up on denials. So that's the sort of efficiency that we want to bring to the system to make payments happen more quickly, help patients get care more quickly as well, and bring, more efficiency generally to the system.
I love it. I love where it's going. It's inspiring to see where companies like SuperDial could take the industry. Look, for the two segments that you serve, the vendor RCM community and the provider community, what tip would you leave them with as they seek to get more optimized results in an area with shrinking margins?
Certainly. I mean, I think, again, the idea of human agent teaming, making your existing team as effective as possible is, absolutely critical as we kind of think about a future where AI is coordinating as effectively as possible with humans to handle more repetitive menial tasks that take out an outsized amount of time relative to the value that they actually provide in the billing process. So that's true for providers' in-house billing team, just as it is for an RCM company. We are just one part of that, right? This is phone call automation, but the billing process entails any other activities. So I do think kind of sitting down, thinking through where your team is really spending the most time, and then trying to match up the high time spend activities that also don't deliver the greatest ROI with AI solutions that can come in and knock out that work so the team can focus on more important things.
I love it, Sam. Really appreciate those takeaways. Where can people reach out to you if they want to learn more?
They can reach out to me personally by email, sam@superdial.ai. You can also go to www.superdial.ai to sign up for a demo with our team. And you can find us at our booth at the conference if you're here. And for the folks that aren't here, we'd love to connect with you at a future conference or virtually as soon as you're ready to take the plunge into the AI future.
I love it. Well, the future is here, folks. Take advantage of it. And I mean, I'll say the cost per transaction has become so low that there is no such thing as too small and there's no such thing as too big. So take a look at what Sam and his team have to offer. Just incredible opportunity to get your company, your organization to where it can be. And Sam, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate this all.
Yeah.
This podcast is produced by Outcomes Rocket, your healthcare exclusive digital marketing agency. Outcomes Rocket exists to help healthcare organizations like yours to maximize their impact and accelerate growth. Visit outcomesrocket.com or text us at 312-224-9945.